chicken farming. It's bigger than tobacco. It is, in fact, the biggest agricultural business in the South. But to hear many farmers tell it, it's gone terribly wrong.
When they come in and catch them out, you just have to see. It's pitiful sometimes. They come in there and they got the nets and the day catches, and the guys, they'll kick them like footballs and stuff.
The Humane Society of the United States says this undercover video demonstrates that much of the chicken you and I buy in the supermarket comes from profit-hungry corporations that abuse animals and victimize struggling farmers.
Now it's to the point where it's almost like a dictatorship, to where the farmer has no say-so at all.
Contract poultry growing is, on the surface at least, a fairly simple process. The company comes and drops off tens of thousands of baby chicks here at the farmers, along with food, medicine, and other supplies. The farmer then grows the chicks for about 6 weeks, and the company then comes and takes them all away. Sounds like a good deal for the farmers, right? Well, in fact, many farmers say it's a bad deal and much harder on the chickens than it has to be. Every day, every step, every detail is tightly controlled by the poultry company. And from the moment they arrive in the chicken house, many of these day-old chicks, biddies as they're called, suffer. In just about 15 minutes, these industry crews dump over 26,000 baby chicks. They slam their crates down, then just toss them out on the ground. As a result, many are maimed and killed. One farmer said he loses hundreds this way. And the dying continues as the flock matures.
We've pushed beyond the point, the biological limit of the bird. They're bred to put on weight so incredibly fast that we've created a genetic freak. And they'll fall over dead of a heart attack. They can't survive any stress.
Just watch two of them fighting, normal chicken behavior. Their hearts often can't keep up with their unnaturally fast growth rate, so they can't last long. And then, when the catch crew arrives from the processing plant, still more die.
During the Humane Society of the United States investigation into the chicken houses, I witnessed a lot of mistreatment of the chickens. One that they ran over was actually running around in the house for the rest of the afternoon, dragging approximately 1.5 to 2 feet of its intestines. Even though they are headed to the slaughterhouse, there is a way to handle these animals with care.
It's almost like the slaughter has begun before the slaughter.
Correct. From what I witnessed, the slaughter began when the catch crew arrived.
I baby them when they're here. You hate to see them come in there and throw them around and run over them.
But as much as farmers dislike the methods that kill and cripple chickens and cost them money, they fear the big poultry processors more, to the point where none we spoke with would show their faces.
Your opinion don't mean nothing. It's what they say or else.
An individual like myself cannot stand up to him. You say something to him, you say something, he don't like it, he say, well, we don't have to bring you birds next batch. But then what you gonna do? You can't do anything other than humble down too.
Many farmers say they invested everything they had to get into poultry growing and were misled from the start about how much they could make.
It kind of wound up being false advertisement, really.
Our expenses were twice as much, and the income we received was half as much as what we were told that it would be.
Farmers also say companies sometimes give them unhealthy chicks, short them on feed, and cheat them at weighing time. But there's not a lot farmers can do. They say the system puts almost all the financial risk on them.
You got to sign a contract. You got to. Or you lose everything. And I'm not talking about just chicken houses. You lose your house, everything you've got.
But their complaints are not falling on deaf ears. For the first time in 30 years, legislation will soon be introduced in Congress that could help the farmers by starting to level the playing field. An amendment to the Agriculture Fairness Act would require processors to sit down with groups of farmers and negotiate for the first time.
By giving them a voice in agriculture, we can modify the direction that we're headed and improve things in the future for society.
For now, some farmers say they'll just keep struggling, while others say they'll try to sell their farms and cut their losses. There seems to be an idea out there that contract growers like yourself are making a lot of money.
Oh yeah, people think that if you got chicken houses and this and that, oh, you rich, you got it, but you haven't.
I hope it don't get no worse. I can't afford for it to get no worse. I can only afford for it to get better.
But you're talking about selling your farm.
Right.
Why?
I'm not making what I need to live the way I need to live.
Changing the system and empowering farmers might raise the cost of chicken, but only by a couple of cents a pound, the Growers Association says. It is up to consumers to decide if the price is right to help farmers and animals alike. This is Bill Connor reporting.